Have you ever walked into a gym looking for inspiration and you look everywhere and it's hard to find it? That is right. You ever wonder why there aren't too many super fit people at the gym? But more importantly, it's just kind of the general population. And you may answer to that and say, well, JT, that's why people are there. They're trying to get fit. And, this is what you're going to see the most of. And that makes a lot of sense. But wouldn't it make sense that the people that are going there and have been going there for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years should be in super shape? Today, we're going to be talking about that big question that I get all the time. JT, is working out making me overweight? What an oxymoron, right? It doesn't make any sense in the world, but I'm here to say that if you walk into any gym, whether it's in the United States, in Europe, or even in Asia, and I say even in Asia because, Asians, even though they eat a ton of rice, they seem to stay pretty lean. It's hard to find super fit people. I want to give you an example. If you're at the gym for an hour to an hour and a half, you're going to burn anywhere from 800 to 1,500 calories in the time that you're there. You're going to leave the gym. Most people leave the gym. They check the box and say, I just worked out. I just burned 800 or 1,500 calories. And they go and eat whatever. Generally, they'll stop by the supermarket. You see these people all the time. They're still sweaty. They're in their gym clothes. They're at the supermarket. They're picking up a couple of things. They're trying to make the best choices possible. But generally, when I look at the little cart, I go, oh boy, here we go. And so they get home and they grab whatever it is they were able to get. They grab some brown rice. Maybe they got some rotisserie chicken. They got a salad. They're making the best choices possible. But then they sit and all of a sudden they start inhaling food. And in one sitting, they can eat anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 calories. So the 800 to the 1,500 calories that they burn in the last hour and a half, 2 hours that they were at the gym completely vanished. This is something that happens all the time because when you burn 800 to 1,500 calories and you're doing that day after day after day, say you go to the gym 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, you're super hungry all the time. Hence the reason you see professional athletes that in their prime looked amazing. They were chiseled. They looked like superheroes, right? Once they retired, you would see them again somewhere 2-3 years in an interview and they looked like they had gained 50, 60, 70 pounds. And you're like, oh my God, what just happened to XYZ? Well, the athlete was running every single day and burning 2,000-3,000 calories. And it didn't matter how much he was eating at that time because he was burning so many calories. His caloric output was through the roof. And that was what kept that particular athlete lean. Once they retired, they continued to eat the same without the same caloric output. And guess what? They gained the weight. And so I'm here to say that one of the reasons you see this at most gyms is because the vast majority of people are thinking that if I go to the gym enough, eventually I'll look like The Rock. Eventually I'll look like Sylvester Stallone in the movie Rocky. Well, maybe I'll look like Brad Pitt one day in Fight Club, right? I don't know if you've seen these movies, but these guys look chiseled. And this is like the thing that we see and it inspires us to go into the gym and spend hours and hours and hours in there. And the vast majority of people don't look like Sylvester Stallone or any of these guys that are in Hollywood. Why is that? Well, I always say that the most important thing, the foundation of any solid, lean body is proper nutrition. 90% of your results will come through proper nutrition. Secondly, the right kind of cardio. I see people sometimes, I'm driving down the street, I look over, I live in Florida, so it's 100 degrees outside, and I see someone at 12 noon with a plastic suit running down the street, and I just want to pull them aside and go, what are you doing? Right? They're trying their best to burn as many calories and sweat as much as if sweat were an indicator that you're actually burning fat. I've heard the saying, sweat is your fat crying. Well, nothing could be further from the truth, right? Because you see these people going at it, running and doing all these things, and yet they never get to their optimal weight or they never actually get fit at all. And so it's the right kind of cardio. It's the right kind of sleep, the right kind of recovery. It's the right kind of hydration. These fundamental things create discipline and self-control, which obviously spills over into all areas. And that's one of the great advantages of, working out and proper nutrition is that it actually teaches you how to become self-controlled and disciplined in all areas of life. The other component is being able to work out every other day so that you give your nervous system a break, because your nervous system needs to recoup so that when you go back to the gym, you can give it a great effort and your body starts to grow because you're actually letting your body rest. People that know what they're doing are also working muscle groups that work in conjunction. The days of sitting there and doing 3 and 4 reps and going as heavy as possible, that was back in Arnold's time, right? Now you see people that know what they're doing working muscle groups that work in conjunction. So for example, this can be any day for you, but let's say Monday, you do push. That is your chest, your shoulders, your tris, and your core, and you work that in circuits so that you're only there for 45 minutes, maybe an hour. The very next day, Tuesday, you do your power walk, right? You just power walk, so you let your body rest, you let your body recover. You let the body make sure it's getting its recovery, right? Wednesday, you go back and you do legs and core. Thursday, you go back and you do a slow burn cardio. Friday, you do what we call pull, back, bicep, core, right? Saturday, you do your cardio, and Sunday, you rest. Now, if you have the right nutrition, if you have the right kind of cardio, if you have the right kind of recovery, if you have the right kind of hydration, then these are the fundamental pillars to get in the absolute best shape of your life. Here's the challenge. Only maybe 1 or 2% of people out there understand this and apply it. Hopefully, after listening to this video, you'll heed advice and you'll head in the right direction. And remember that it's proper nutrition, the right kind of cardio, the right kind of recovery, which creates the discipline and the self-control that you have. Giving yourself a break every other day to let your nervous system take a break and recover. Working muscle groups that work in conjunction so that you're working in a smart way, not in a hard way. Guys, my name is JT Tapias with the Empty Your Bucket Nutrition Plan. If you are new to this channel, do me a favor, subscribe so that we can share more videos like this with you. And if you enjoyed this video, you're absolutely going to enjoy and love this one here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.